Hello, welcome to the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. In this video, we are going to listen to conversations of people about the weather. This video is divided into 3 parts where the characters will talk about weather stuff, unpredictable weather, and bad weather. There will be a listening comprehension quiz at the end of each scene. So, listen carefully and see if you get all of the questions right. Also, be sure to stay with us until the end of the video. We'll point out important words from the conversations, everyday slang, and the most common way to say things in English. Watch for these words and phrases in the subtitles. You'll find their meanings in the vocabulary section in the last part of the video. Are you excited? This should be fun. First, let's listen to a conversation between Joyce and Philip, as Joyce interviews Philip about weather stuff. Let's see how their conversation goes. And don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's dive in.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our special segment on Weather Insights. I'm Joyce, and joining me today is our top-notch weather forecaster, Philip. Welcome, Philip.
Thank you, Joyce. It's great to be here.
So, Philip, let's dive right in. We've been seeing all sorts of weather lately. What's been driving these changes?
Absolutely, Joyce. The recent ups and downs in our weather can be chalked up to several factors. One biggie is the shifting jet stream, which brings in different air masses. This can cause quick changes in temperature and precipitation.
Got it. Could you break down a bit more about how the jet stream affects our weather?
Sure thing. The jet stream is like a fast-moving river of air high up in the atmosphere, usually around 30,000 feet. It plays a crucial role in shaping weather patterns. When the jet stream dips southward, it can drag cold air from the poles down to lower areas, making it cooler. On the flip side, when it moves northward, it can pull warmer air from the tropics.
That makes a lot of sense. Lately, we've also had some nasty weather, like thunderstorms and heavy rain. What's behind these extreme events?
Severe weather often happens because of unstable atmospheric conditions. For instance, thunderstorms can pop up when warm, moist air near the ground rises and hits cooler air above. This creates strong updrafts, forming cumulonimbus clouds, which can lead to heavy rain, lightning, and even hail.
Speaking of thunderstorms, there's been buzz about climate change affecting how often and how strong these storms are. What can you tell us about that?
That's a great question, Joyce. There's growing proof that climate change is shaking up weather patterns, including how often and how intense storms are. As the atmosphere heats up from more greenhouse gases, it can hold more moisture, which means heavier rain. Plus, warmer temperatures can give storms more energy, possibly making them more severe.
It's definitely something to think about. Looking ahead, what can we expect weather-wise in the coming months?
As we move from spring to summer, we can expect warmer temperatures and more thunderstorms as the atmosphere gets more unstable. Also, we should keep an eye on any developing weather systems that could bring heavy rain or severe weather.
Thanks, Philip. Before we wrap up, do you have any tips for our viewers on how to stay safe during bad weather?
Definitely, Joyce. The key is to stay in the loop. Make sure you have access to reliable weather updates, whether it's through a weather app, website, or local news. When severe weather hits, follow any warnings and take the right precautions, like finding shelter during a thunderstorm. It's also smart to have an emergency kit ready with things like water, food, and a flashlight.
Great advice, Philip. Thanks so much for sharing your insights with us today.
My pleasure, Joyce. Thanks for having me.
And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Stay safe and stay weather aware. Have a great evening.
Here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Joyce and Philip. What is one major factor driving recent changes in the weather? The shifting jet stream. How does climate change affect storms? It makes storms more frequent and intense. What should people do to stay safe during severe weather? Stay informed and follow warnings. So, did you get all the questions correct? Let us know in the comments section. Now, let's listen to a conversation between Hazel and Ricky as they talk about the unpredictable weather. Let's see how their conversation goes, and don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's begin.
Hey Ricky, how's it going? Hey Hazel, I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Have you noticed how crazy the weather has been lately?
Yeah, it's been all over the place. One day it's sunny and warm, the next it's raining cats and dogs.
I know, right? Yesterday I got soaked on my way home. I didn't think to bring an umbrella because it was so nice in the morning.
That's annoying. I always try to check the weather app before heading out, but even then it's not always accurate.
Same here. It feels like we're getting all 4 seasons in 1 week.
Exactly. Just last week I was out in shorts, and the next day I had to pull out my winter coat.
It's like the weather can't make up its mind. Have you heard if this is going to continue?
I read that this kind of unpredictable weather is becoming more common. Climate change is definitely playing a part.
That makes sense. I guess we'll just have to be prepared for anything. So, what are your plans for the weekend? Any outdoor activities?
I was thinking about going hiking if the weather cooperates. There's a new trail I want to check out. How about you?
That sounds fun. I was planning a picnic in the park with some friends, but if it rains, we might just have to switch to an indoor game night.
That's a good backup plan. It's always tricky planning outdoor activities with this unpredictable weather.
Definitely. I hope it clears up. I really miss spending time outside.
Me too. Hey, maybe we can join forces. If it's nice, we can combine the picnic with a short hike. What do you think?
That's a great idea. Let's keep an eye on the forecast and decide closer to the weekend.
Sounds good to me. I'll keep you posted. Here's hoping for some good weather.
Fingers crossed.
Speaking of weather, did you see that crazy thunderstorm last week?
Oh yes, it was intense. The lightning was so bright, and the thunder was so loud it shook my windows.
Same here. I even lost power for a few hours. It was kind of eerie.
Wow, that's scary. It's amazing how powerful nature can be.
Definitely. It reminded me of that big snowstorm we had last winter. Do you remember that?
How could I forget? The snow was up to my knees. It took forever to dig my car out.
Same here. I actually had to help my neighbors shovel their driveway. It was a workout.
It's funny how we complain about the weather, but it also brings people together in a way.
True. Like when we had that heat wave last summer and everyone flocked to the pool.
Yes, that was a scorcher. It felt like we were living in the desert.
Hopefully this summer will be a bit more moderate. By the way, have you planned any trips for the summer?
I'm thinking about visiting the mountains. I love hiking in the fresh air. How about you?
I might go to the beach. I miss the ocean, and it's always so relaxing.
Both sound wonderful. Hopefully we'll get good weather for our trips.
Here's hoping. Thanks for the chat, Hazel. It's always nice catching up.
Same here, Ricky. Let's keep in touch about our weekend plans. Talk to you later.
Bye, Hazel.
Here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Ricky and Hazel. What did Hazel forget to bring yesterday? Hazel forgot to bring an umbrella yesterday. What is Ricky planning to do if the weather is nice this weekend? Ricky is planning to go hiking if the weather is nice this weekend. What kind of weather event did Hazel and Ricky talk about happening last week? Hazel and Ricky talked about a thunderstorm happening last week. So, how many questions did you get right for the second scene? Let us know in the comment section. Now, we're down for the last conversation between Sid and Simon as Simon got stuck at Sid's house due to the bad weather. Are you still taking notes? Make sure to write down the highlighted words and discover their meanings at the end of this video.
Hey Simon, you've been stuck here for hours. How are you holding up?
Hey Sid, I'm doing all right, but I'm starting to feel like a permanent resident in your house.
Yeah, looks like the weather had other plans for us today. Who would have thought a little rain could cause such chaos?
Tell me about it. I was just going to pop by for a quick visit, and now I'm stranded here.
Well, lucky for you, my mom stocked up on snacks. Want some chips?
Sure, thanks. So, what do you usually do on a rainy day like this?
Usually I'd be out playing soccer or biking, but since we're stuck indoors, how about a movie marathon?
Sounds good to me. What's on the agenda?
How about we start with some classics? The Shawshank Redemption or Forrest Gump?
Oh, those are great choices. Let's go with Forrest Gump. I could use some feel-good vibes today.
All right, Forrest Gump it is. Let me grab the remote.
By the way, thanks for letting me crash here. I know it's not what we planned, but it's nice to spend time together, even if it's indoors.
No problem at all, Simon. Anytime. Plus, it's always an adventure with you, rain or shine.
Haha, thanks, Sid. Who knew we'd end up having our own little indoor adventure today?
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe the rain will clear up later and we can still salvage part of the day.
Let's hope so. But even if it doesn't, I'm glad I'm stuck here with my buddy.
Same here, Simon. Same here. Hey, Simon, it's getting pretty late. How about you crash here for the night? We've got a spare room and Mom won't mind.
Really? That'd be great. Thanks, Sid. But I don't have any extra clothes with me.
No worries, buddy. I've got some old t-shirts and sweatpants you can borrow. They might be a bit big on you, but they'll do the job.
Thanks a lot, Sid. You're a lifesaver.
It's nothing, man. And hey, since you're staying, why don't we make some dinner together? I'll show you my world-famous spaghetti recipe.
That sounds fantastic. A homemade dinner with friends sounds perfect.
Great. I'll grab the ingredients and you can set the table.
Got it. Thanks again, Sid, for everything.
Anytime, Simon. Now let's whip up some dinner and enjoy the rest of the evening together, rain or shine.
Before we review the key vocabulary from these conversations, here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Sid and Simon. Why is Simon stuck at Sid's house? Simon is stuck at Sid's house because of the bad weather. What does Sid suggest they do since they are stuck indoors? Sid suggests they have a movie marathon. Why does Sid offer Simon to stay overnight? Sid offers Simon to stay overnight because it's getting late and there's a spare room available. So, how many questions did you get right for the third scene? Let us know in the comments section. Now, let's review the vocabulary from these conversations. First, we'll review some of the natural-sounding everyday phrases used by native English speakers. Watch the video again after you study the vocabulary words to learn them even better and subscribe to see our other videos. Chalked up to attribute something to a particular cause. Flip side. The opposite or reverse aspect of a situation. Fingers crossed, hoping for good luck or a positive outcome. Crash here for the night. Stay overnight at someone's place. Whip up. Prepare quickly or easily. Now let's review other key vocabulary. Tropics, the region of the Earth surrounding the equator, characterized by warm temperatures and abundant vegetation. Warnings, alerts or notifications about potential dangers or risks. Forecast, a prediction or estimate of future events, especially regarding weather. Stranded, left in a difficult situation, often unable to leave. Lifesaver, someone or something that provides crucial help or assistance. Were the conversations relatable? Try using these conversations with your family and friends. Thank you for watching the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. Please click the like button and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this one.